saw them, he was just getting all the elimination for the team. Straw Hats, this is something that we want to see, but really didn't expect, especially on this kind of level. But you know the theme of the day right now is to survive. And, well, how are we going to survive? Take out your opponents.
Next map is Nextera, and honestly, I'm just so excited to see how it's going to be like between Fatality and, of course, Falcons, because if we're talking about rivalry, these two are very similar, and I think that is exactly what makes it interesting. Like, they have the same rotations, even drop zones. So yeah, I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen in the next map.
Well, let's see now. You're talking about the next map, Nextera. One team has been on the high right now once we are jumping in Nextera.
Yep.
I don't want to mention the name, but they're from Malaysia.
Any guesses,
I knew it.
Conchita?
I knew it. It starts with an A, I think, and also ends with an A.
Okay.
Yeah.
Husky over there on the desk.
Yeah,
He'll be like Neptune.
Scream louder, Husky. We can't hear you. Oh, that Aurora. Thank you, Husky.
I've really got a way of like saying their name. I don't want to jinx them again. I want them to
We said it for you.
Yeah, we said it for you. We got this. Don't worry about it. But there's one thing I do want to point out. We were talking about the South Asian teams, right? Not just India. India, yes, sitting at the top for the time being. But the South Asian teams, they are also troubling the lobby. And especially one to add on is going to be DRS. They're having a really good start. And that start might mess up for some teams to close it out and to get to the top 4.
I mean, a good start, you guys, it depends on what you look at it as a good start for that squad, especially when you compare with some of the performances that we have seen from some of the other top squads. A team that's actually not having a good start, and you know what, because I'm kind of disappointed right now with what's going on with this squad. Conchita, talk to me about Gun Dynasty.
I am so disappointed. I mean, you are not the only one, because I actually have quite a high hopes when it comes to Gun Dynasty. I mean, we've seen what they are able to do, and we are hoping and praying and crossing our fingers that somehow they can bring that spirit back. We haven't seen that yet. We don't know what is exactly happening to them now, but if we were to, I don't know, analyze Neptune, what do you think is the biggest problem?
It is more of Benel just carrying the squad. Like, he's always the one remaining after everyone falls in this gunfight. So if he would just be the, like, if everyone out of Gun Dynasty will be relying on Benel, then that would be the case. That will be the scenario overall. If he gets eliminated, especially in the early parts of the game, where a lot of teams are still available, then he will be a target by a lot.
He is already being a target, and you could see he's been forced to use his skill, that is stealth bites, every time he has to run away just to get that revive. That tells you of how much pressure he's under. But along that lines, I think when we were talking about Gun Dynasty, the team who made it to the top from LATAM, that's going to be Lion, they are slowly picking up. Games King or Games King, I really like, this is the form I wanted to see from day one of our group stages, but it did not happen. Maybe in the survival stages, they take away the chance, because day 2's end, Lion were almost about to bring in. It was only the day 1 points missing that did not give them the top 4.
Well, let's see if it's going to be the top teams just continuing to dominate, or maybe we're going to get some surprises here. You won't see all of us until after match 4. But for now, enjoy the rest of the games, because it's going to be packed with action if the previous 2 matches were anything to tell. And also, Husky, Tash Bunny, thank you so much for screaming Aurora for us.
You are welcome, my dear panelists. Yes, the sacred A word that Neptune shall not name ever since after day 1. But I have the right to say it, right? We're from Malaysia. We should be cheering for Aurora Gaming, who have picked up a pace just a little bit onto Bermuda. But there are some picking up that needs to be done for teams like Gun Dynasty, who hasn't really gotten anything going just yet. For teams, to a certain degree, I would say Team Secret, I want to see a bit more from them. Lion as well, you know, they got to the final circle. That one was probably the best we've seen so far. But as we head into Nextera, this is where my eyes will be on Team Vitality to take it all again.
You know what's really interesting as well, when you look at this team in particular, Vitality somehow has cracked the code of not only just going for placement points, but also eliminations as well. And it feels very natural because these fights that are coming in from the beginning of the game all the way till later. It's very different than before, where they are going to be having a bit more of a quiet fight and showing their hand maybe toward the last few circles. But now they're saying, bring out all the guns, because not only do we have to make it all the way till the end, but perhaps do boost will also give us a big advantage to allow us to make some mistakes as we go throughout the entirety of the day. And after all, it is going to be a 10 map per day. You have to be able to survive this long, as Joel will be the one to open things up here against the Straw Hats. And the Straw Hats, this is not the start that they wanted to see.
I was just about to bring up a point that Lucifer mentioned earlier on, that the South Asian teams could really shift the tides of the round. They could be the reason why some of these teams don't finish top 4. Team Vitality, again, we say that Xterra is one of the maps, Solaris is one of the maps that they are very skilled at. And even Neptune brought out Coach Chris Joe, definitely has more in his pockets. He has deeper pockets than we think. This Ray from Koja has been quite the menace, right? In game 1 on Kalahari, he played the usual Aurora Vision from the Koda. Now Koja, instead of the Koja Koda, we get the Koja Ray. And in a close combat situation, it is incredibly strong to use. Get them knocked out when you hit the threshold in HP. The STC replay tells us a good story as well, that Straw Hats didn't really stand a chance against Vitality.
Here comes Benel as well. He's always been the last person standing. The desk did bring him up there. How he's able or needs to make magic. He's always the last person alive. And, you know, somehow in this situation, it feels like it's a tale as old as time. As right now, most of his team also have gone again. Now, the rest of TAG still hasn't been able to finish him out quite yet. So if things go well, if he is left alone, they could go for that reset. Really hoping that his team will be able to come into game a bit stronger as well. After all, recovery is so important. Not just recovery, but also being able to stabilize. Now, the same can be said about DRS, as Alu, as well as TEC, brings just being able to come back here. Falcons, this time around, a bit slower. Did try to take those early fights, but Straw Hats not on happen. I think they want to just take away the space and go full all in on the Falcons.
I mean, you stir the Falcons' nest, you better be ready for retaliation. TG learned the hard way, strolling into the Lions' den, losing 2 of their members off the get-go. But I think Total Gaming Esports IQ still have members lurking around.
No.
And of course, they're going to find him very quickly. Wota, the one who bailed his team out of danger the first time they met. Now we have to face off again. The P90 in hand, subpar weapon, but enough in close range. As backup comes through, unfortunately no confirmation there. Wota perishes.
Did try to be able to secure that point before, you know, the rest of Lion come by. Unfortunately for him, a bit too slow. The hesitation cost him there. As for the rest of the team here, the Falcons still very much online, but Vitality also joining in on the fight against the Straw Hats and them somewhere close by. You can start to see the Hornets super active, moving on the map, moving on the area, joining in whenever the sounds are super loud, when the sounds of the gunfire are here as well.
This time, Aurora Gaming playing it slightly slower around mud site. There is a potential to rotate to Decker Square if they need more time, or straight to Boxing Gym where DRS has nested in. Joe receiving some gunfire. Is them and Falcons. Again, even the theme of the day at the start of the show, our host pointed it out, it's going to be the battle of the Falcons and Limit this time. It's going to show Joel how it's done. Out in the open, the Retiradum gets the job done pretty quickly.
Completely swarm him.
Yeah. I mean, Vitality didn't really commit fully to this, right?
Yeah.
It's just a poke and prod. Lose Joel, sure. The rest of the Vitality players already out of that area. So low commitment move there. Lion, we under pressure. TAG definitely want some payback after game 2.
Yeah, the Lion are really paying for it right now. Chunk down, HP so very low, and the pressure coming in from the entirety of the team is a bit
Nice
to
one.
work with. Nice shots coming in from Sahil Jat as well. Gamesky knocked down Hacks as well. Stolen away by that nade. And for the rest of the final member there, well, it's going to be Joker all alone running away with his life. This guy is good. I mean, he's able to steal away a few points, but we want him to be able to not only bring back his team into the game, also survive as well. And it's going to be a long trek for him.
And it's a good time to bring up the fact that Team Apex Gaming, even though they haven't gotten a booyah today, but they are second in terms of, well, third in terms of the total placement points. But if you add on the accumulated elimination point. They're actually in second right now based on the system. Team Falcons getting another straggler, so that makes it 6 for them. I believe there's a rotation coming in. Straw Hats unfortunately perishes right out in the circle. Even for GD, still looking for a way back into this game. Aurora runs into Team Secret, who has been quite the challenge for them during the group stage, as Aurora are constantly haunted by Team Secret. The way that Vitality has shut down Team Secret so far.
Team Secret trying to find a nice angle here to go out there in the open as Aurora just keep them boxed inside of the compound. But for now, it's all about trying to break down those blue walls first before coming outside. I'm worried about the choke area as well if that were to happen.
Yep.
They're now out in the open there, gonna have to take away the space from Aurora. Jun forced to move away here. They keep themselves barricaded inside. Blue walls also just strengthened up here as well. Aurora crossed through. Arjun takes a bit of chip damage. They tried to rally back, but the crossfires and choke coming in from Team Secret. A bit too much to work with. And not only they get the eliminations, but also being able to bring the teammates back into the game. A great start by Team Secret on this map.
Valiant effort there, honestly, from Aurora, but unfortunately didn't expect the grenade launcher to be brought in by Team Secret, so quite the disadvantage. Aurora Gaming will have to find that reset for now. Axel bailing away. This is sort of what was written in the stars at the start of the game, looking at how Aurora Gaming chose to drop to mud side in this trajectory to the circle. There, we did speak about the possibility of them going to boxing gym, but instead of DRS, they find Team Secret nested there. Sort of an unfortunate situation, but not all hope is lost. Falcons now up against TG. You see utilities being tossed. They need to get on fire out of it, flush him out from this high ground. Shanky inching forward. There's a backstab angle on fire, still hanging on well, but Shanky good on the numbers there.
Just like Kiroro is keeping a good eye out, but this time around they do not want to mess with this. Gonna let that go, gonna just move away as well. They're super aggressive today, they're not stopping that from happening. But in this situation, you just really gotta cut your losses, be able to just bring yourselves back into the game and then just go aggressive one more time. So TG there, Aztec got knocked down. And GD this time around already 2 eliminations. I would say they're surviving a little bit longer than the previous 2 maps earlier, but definitely not the usual fire and tempo that we saw them playing in the last 2 days.
Yep, definitely need a bit more out of GD. Both in placements and eliminations. And that's sort of the challenge you have to face as a first-timer on the big stage. You come in swinging on day one, you better be able to adapt because everyone else will. And I think that is the current issue, right? Teams have sort of read the moves of GD. It's getting harder and harder for them to kind of use the same playbook.
Here we go, Rahat. That's a bit of damage now. Zyljat somehow managing to turn things around with one singular shot.
Very good stuff from TAG. Lucifer was right. Day one is going to be it's going to be slower, but when they pick things up on day 2, they continue to carry that momentum into the survival stage. Lion getting a 9 point here, finding S8UL's Jack. Now taking over Zipway, there is the boat maker being called in. You have Falcons waiting in the wings as well. And this is also another rivalry that has formed in the survival stage. It's not just Falcons against Vitality, it's also Falcons against Lion. The 3 big beasts taking on each other. But I feel like Lion shouldn't be looking to take Falcons out actively. And Joker will be on the flank. Now Falcons might have to deal with TG.
It's just as we noted. Gives away the game, Binoculars. And now for the rest of Falcons there, I am curious to see how exactly they're going to be doing. They are 2 bodies short in this fight, so could potentially be overwhelmed. And on top of that as well, if you look at the rotations there, the Falcons are moving away. Lion is just pressuring them. I'm pretty sure they managed to steal away a pickoff. I'm not too sure whether or not it was Troll that took it away or not, since S8UL just slowly moving around the area. And now, on fire, goes down, and the Falcons eliminated early. You can hear how excited the crowd is below, since it does gives a bit more space and less of a worry to the whole entire lobby.
Wow, Lion, that is going to hurt a little bit for the Falcons. We even heard in an earlier interview that Falcons admitted that yes, the yes, last year's run was a disappointing one, but they have a promise to keep. That they want to bring it back this year. Still some chances. They're still our favorite team to make it through today. We've reserved a slot for Falcons in the grand finals, but if a team wrestles this away, they're going to earn the recognition of everyone else. Aurora managing to fully recover. Same for Titan Gaming Club. Starting to get messy. 11 minutes in, 10 teams left. And even a circle, plenty of open area to work with.
Yeah, I was about to say that as well. But the compounds, majority of them had already been taken away. There's space for SAUL though to come in toward that northern side of where Vitality is currently holding. Now, for TEC, just waiting the wings as well. DRS putting in the pressure to the members of Team Secret, keeping them away for now. Hoping to see whether or not can play some chip damage. If one knock does happen, just know that they're going to be collapsing if possible. As Aurora rushes forward, TEC in trouble. Neja takes a bit of chip damage, but Aurora's push is going to be delayed by these blue walls. But for now, they are going to get completely chunked. Space taken away by TEC here. Kutush winning the wings. Rehat does manage to drop down another glue wall. And I just feel that Aurora is just breaking through unlimited amounts of space. Blade takes a lot of damage here. May have been more than he can chew. Knocked down. And as for the rest of the team now, Azriel gets one more. TEC, 2 more players back. Nejat brought back into the game. Lion wants to join in as well. Hacks on the outer side has been knocked down here. The shots are good. Lion waiting, very, very patient. As for TEC, they're being crunched.
This is going to be a tough one because Lion was the one to set it up. Games King, round the corner there. 2 teams at once, not a problem. Lion roaring to life here. 14 eliminations, and count that number out. TEC have been wiped out. Aurora, they're going to come in and make something happen. Make the best out of this mess. But we have a fourth team arriving. It's S8UL.
We're waiting for quite some time as well here. Lion decides to slow it down. Aurora somehow managing to reset their whole entire team, but they're boxed in, forced to break in those blue walls. But Lion, Joker still on the outer side, caught out in the open. Zeus was ready for him. A double kill for Aurora, 4 eliminations already. Now for the next part here is going to be SAUL. The shots are true. Lion barely alive, eliminated quickly as Azriel will be the one to take him away. The rest of SAUL, will be able to make a little bit of space away from Aurora, and they're just waiting things out.
Can Aurora find that conversion here? They managed to get a bit of a breathing room. Again, Aurora not overheating. Very good discipline. Tro is going to start feeling the heat, but Aurora back into the building with the blue zone closing in. Astral could open it on a jack. Didn't know the numbers now. Lock Soul out of the exit. Bunny wants to put up a good fight, but Aurora steadfast. A triple given over. And S8UL are out. TAG on the radar. Vitality wiping out Total Gaming Esports IQ.
They were so aggressive with it as well. There were just so many fights happening all around the map. And the Hornets, you can start to see them swarming toward the right side of that circle. Being sure to cross through these buildings, hoping to see whether or not there's any stragglers. Also getting a bit more space. Now for TAG, finds the last few members of Aurora. Unfortunate situation, but definitely a better run for this team as Vitality turns their attention to DRS.
And I gotta say, TAG, another great rotation. They preemptively use the Dinocleus to scan out their next move towards the western side of the earlier save zone. They rotated it, and now you look at the overview. They are in the best spot to have a chance to get a Booyah. 3rd for them on the world stage, including the one from the group stages.
Was sharp as heck as well, but TAG will be the one who goes huge here. Completely wiping out the members of DRS.
Oh, this is so good for TAG.
But now TS is just stuck inside of the compound. Yes, they can just fortify their space, but there's not a lot of space to work in. One nade will be able to completely chunk them down. And in fact, they are getting completely crunched by GD as well. A deeper run for this team compared to the beginning of the day. And they're making sure they don't get knocked out so quickly. Seabek, a lot of damage taken, barely alive right now. One more for Huang M is enough. No, able to recover his life. And HP finally knocked out here, but Nell ready for it. Steals him away by TAG that goes huge, wiping out GD.
Like I said, TAG have the best shot right now. They got the read so well, and even the circle ship benefits them. Riptide Rhythm out of the defenses of Vitality gone down. KD gone with the shot. And Sahil Judd finds Hwang Am as well. Team Secret in the rough spot. And TAG are feeling it. They're going for Secret as Vitality pokes it for the exit.
Sahil Judd just putting in the pressure to the members of Vitality. One member gone down already, but decides against it. Gonna go for a nice shot. Two-hand shot, knocked down already. The members of TS are limping right now. PLS1 will follow suit from the members of DAG. Hwang Am brought back into the game, barely alive, but the pressure and crossfire coming in from TAG is too much to deal with. The walls completely get broken. Tikui alone in this situation and fed it to Shoto. Another point, 19 in limbs.
Can they get Sauja back up to make it a fair 4v4? But here comes the Hornet. TAG, they've been in the spot multiple times. And they're looking to do it again. Shoto leads the charge, 19 points. The Hornets falling under the force of TAG. And they do it again. Are you proud, India? Team Apex Gaming with their booyah in the survival stage and the third in Paris.
Crazy work coming in from TAG. Positioning was good, and it was so methodical how they take each one of these fights. Every call was just phenomenal, being able to just take it step by step. And finally, in the end, taking down the Giants is a statement in itself.
India having a field day today. First, it was Total Gaming Esports IQ, and now Team Apex Gaming. They've done it again, man. All those years of waiting has finally paid off on one of the grandest of stage. Make that 4 booyahs for the region.
Crazy work, and what a way to just really make an entrance to your comeback back to the big stage. And it just feels like what AJ said, today is a day where you really cannot count anyone out. In the beginning just now, we had our favorites. We had the Falcons and Vitality taking 2 spots. But now, with this speed, with this aggression coming through, perhaps we might just all be wrong.
We could be wrong, honestly. I was talking to Lucifer on the way here, and I was like, hey, what do you think about the chances of TAG? Because I think they have a good chance of making it through. I think TAG really have what it takes. And I think he agrees, right? Obviously, we had some discussion about how much of a problem TAG is going to pose to some of the front runners here. And he feels like... And that's the best punchline I've said. Bees into Vitality replay. The Bees got taken down. The Hornets dispatched. But yes, maybe they are going to pose as one of the roadblocks for the other South Asian teams because they know each other too well. But based on what we've seen in game 2 and 3 specifically, I'm looking forward for TAG to get into the finals, if anything.
Yeah, you can't help but just get so excited for them. The energy was just so loud. If you guys are here in the arena, every time they get elimination, every time they get a team wipeout, they just completely go loud and it just shakes the entirety of the space. 34 total points with 22, matching up with the stats that we saw from Falcons in the beginning of the day.
Absolutely, and even when Game 3 started, I believe that TAG were actually 3rd in the overall standings. Now I feel like they could be first by the end of this, right? I'm 99% sure that they are going to be first. But we'll let our statistician do the confirmation because I think the teams are going to take a breather. So we are going to be back in just a little bit for more survival stage Free Fire action.
अरे माइक्रो राहुल, अरे ये बताओ आज तुम बैकपैक
level of artistry. So today, we are going to be testing our team secrets capability, their creativity in how good they are at art. Nan Seven is going to be our very brave rusher. His job is to draw the character of his choosing. The rest of his team members will have to, first of all, guess which character that is, and second of all, give him a score of 1 to 10. Let's go. We've got 3 minutes. I assure you it's not a stick man. Oh no, it is a stick man.
Okay.
Okay?
Done, yeah.
Okay?
Done.
All right. I'm sure it's very easy to guess. Come on, guys. You should know this.
Yes.
Okay. What's your score? So easy to guess and you only give him 3.5, 2, 1?
Based on beautiful.
Hoàng Am, are you ready?
Okay.
Confident?
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
Má hồi xưa tao đi học tao ghé cho môn vẽ luôn. Tao muốn môn vẽ, tao ghé môn vẽ mới lên. Tao phải môn vẽ lắm cả.
So obviously, you guys can't be too harsh with them, okay? They've only got 3 minutes to do this.
Okay.
Look at that. Can you guys guess who that is?
Ignis.
Ignis?
Trưởng từ chớp. Tatsuya.
Yes, it is Tatsuya. Okay, now how many points? Not too bad at all, not too bad. Okay, Tikui.
Đi kia học giỏi
Okay.
vẽ.
You know, sometimes you watch these videos on the internet and they're drawing something weird. It doesn't look anything like the final product, and then they flip over the canvas and boom, you've got some artistic stuff there. This is not that. Okay, Chikui, your time is up. That's 3 minutes.
Hết rồi. Capella.
Capret? No.
Moko.
Moko? No.
Nikita.
No.
Tao chịu luôn á. Này nha, còn chụp kia đây có Moko nè, Nikita nè, Suzy nè. Có gì? Kashi.
Say yeah. Yes, okay. Give him some marks. I see a 0.25 there, man. I did not even know we can go down to the decimals. Okay, ready? You can start now.
Tao biết cái gì. Rồi, biết luôn rồi. Yeah, nào.
It took less than 10 seconds.
Đoán đây. Vô công. 10 out of 10.
7.25, I'll take that, man. Okay, good job. So we clearly have the winner of the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you're back here with the Mustachioed Brothers. And you know what? India is absolutely killing it on the battlefield today. I mean, I cannot know exactly how they are manifesting everything, but Lucifer, things are getting done in the best way possible for the region.
In the very best. And you mentioned this yesterday, Chak De India, and it's almost happening
Amen,
here.
yeah.
Brilliant stuff. 34 total points is what they ended up bringing for themselves, and that was very much crucial. That puts the right strides for the ship of India, as well as Team Apex Gaming. They made it possible. Got 2 booyahs, even Husky was mentioning. In a total, if you add total gaming for India, it's 4 booyahs. That's a big and phenomenal stuff to do at EWC 26 Paris.
Quite a consistent run today for the squad, but a team that's not having a great start here is Gun Dynasty. We saw how well they did on day 1. The mechanical supremacy of that squad definitely got proven on that day, but day 2 on survival stage, they just survived off of whatever they got on day 1, right? Today, we barely see them on that leaderboard. I'm expecting them to rise up in a little bit, but let's see exactly what Husky and Tosh Bunny think of that.
Oh my gosh, everything has been so high energy here. We're seeing the Titans getting challenged, and now we're already at the 4th map of the day. Can you believe it, Husky?
I want to say I cannot, but yes, I can. Well, guess what? We still have a lot more to go through. We are closing in on the halfway point. In game number 4, it is going to be another map where the Hornets are looking to take some big points away. It is going to be none other than Solara. And we also did say that by the end of match 3, high chance that TAG are going to be first on the leaderboard, and I think we're correct. I think TAG now are at the top, and can you believe it? India qualifying in the grand finals on survival in top slot. I can't wait to see them pull that lever and crush the remaining 8 keys. But, you know, I don't want to keep being too hopeful. I want to see the results play out. The point difference aren't that far apart as of now, but there's a clear discrepancy from top 2 and the rest.
I mean, it is, after all, a very long day, right? I mean, we're only about to hit that halfway point, which is honestly insane because yesterday we saw moments where, you know, toward the halfway point, teams just start to switch it up, go completely crazy. I'm talking about you, Twisted Minds. And now you look at DRS up against TEC. Both teams aware of where each other might be here, but no one really wants to start off this fight quite yet. Perhaps trying to get a bit of information where anyone might be here, but again, it's too early to just really go in for this all-outs. But speaking of all-out fights here, Nil going huge up against Games King, moves away, and you don't want to make a mistake against this particular player.
Absolutely not. See if Nil can win this out. He does have the mini Uzi. The bit of a fire ray, boy.
Movement.
Almost. Bit too close for comfort. That's 3 for Straw Hats. The only Bangladeshi team that got a booyah so far on the stage. And that was yesterday. And it's also the booyah, the golden booyah that sent them into survival stage, just slightly edging out the 11th spot team, which was our Ali. So far, we're still waiting for some magic for Straw Hats, but there have been some signs of life. The panel talked about Shock being the hard carry, and he's still putting his name on the feed. Extra, not wanting to miss out, gets himself 2-piece.
Yeah, and DRS will be the one taking the shorter off end of the stick here, excuse me. With only 2 members left, need to be able to survive. Now, TAG, you can hear how loud the crowd is below. You know some stuff is happening somewhere in the wings, and I'm excited to see what exactly happened there. But for the rest of the Straw Hats now currently in the lead, hot in this lobby. And as for the rest of the teams as well, we saw Team Secret have a bit of action as Aurora is going to try and take away the space from S8UL. The other 2 members still alive and decided they don't want to have anything to do with Team Aurora. And for good reason. Now, Zeus coming forward here away, going to be able to spot out some of the members of this team. But no movement yet. But now they rush through forward. Was not expecting a crossfire coming in for SAUL. Zeus, bit more than Joe can chew. Decides to challenge, nor being able to come out up in the end against Osriel. And now Zeus as well will fall. Aurora, they start to have a good start earlier, but now it's just a quiet one once again.
And another early conflict that they were not able to overcome. A lot of times we look at Zeus and the Axel as sword in the shoe, but today it seems like the shoe isn't holding. So Axel again left to his own devices to bring this back, but it's about to run into Team Secret. Long-time rival. Hong crosses paths with him. More than enough time for Axel to get the revive in.
It's not really
blessing in disguise, honestly.
Now coming through forward as well. The Lightning Zone is online as Team Secret just quickly rush forward there. Joel doing Joel things, finds Nejat quickly and takes him away. Quickly brought back into the game. Aggression not stopping from Team Secret here. 2 elims already and decides to clean up house because Lion now in trouble. 2 teammates as well going to fall as quickly. Once again, Joker, the last person standing. And Team Secret, once they want that space, well, you cannot try and wrestle it away from them.
I think one of the, I wouldn't want to use the term underdog, but one of the teams that a lot of people are really looking forward to have a monstrous performance today. We have agreed on this Lion.
Right.
So far, it's a no-show. Aside from Game 2, I think that was the best we've seen. I mean, Game 3 was also okay, but I think it's that inconsistency that, you know, sows the seed of doubt. It's extra getting gunned down. Raha trying to huddle around the corner there, but not against Bunny.
You know, but they're in trouble because Vitality is coming online here as well. Troll knocked down already here. Bunny gonna try and move away. Seabank in his sights, but immediately the Valiant Rush takes down his defenses and they rush through and knock him down. But SAUL gonna try and rally back here. 6 eliminations already. But gonna be forced to move away as DRS also in the area.
They're actually doing a very good job standing up to Team Vitality. And now the Ray comes through, the Bond of Eclipse in favor of Team Vitality. Koja is down though. Sibang might be looking to back off and reposition with the stealth bites. And the Boatmaker, unfortunately, ending up forcing both S8UL and Vitality away. Bunny trying to cut down the glue wall and into the gun barrel. Balu, DRS intervening and getting themselves their 3rd.
Just really hunkering down, waiting for time. But Joel, you do not want to show your head into his peripheral vision. But now TAG decides that they want more. The Hornets will be hunted down. And Koja not able to hold on. Joel will be the one to run away with his life. Shoto, he's been doing phenomenal. Call it a family buff if you want. Top performer for his team here.
Into stealth mode.
That's the superstar that India has been waiting for on that world stage. 3 days in a row, Shoto has been the consistent factor, the constant variable that allows Total Apex Gaming to show up in the darkest of times. They might not see them at the best a couple months ago, but right now there's no doubt that TAG is the trendsetter. 72 points at the start of this game, but with those eliminations, it's definitely only going to go up. And Vitality being crippled and forced to hard reset as well. Team Apex Gaming, they can have a very good shot of extending the lead. But they are on the southeastern side of the map. I believe they use the binoculars and scan out one of the Aurora members, which is Axel. And now I want to see if TAG are going to move up north first, because that's where they might run into Vitality again. But instead, Apex, they run into Aurora.
Yeah, and Zeus now in trouble. The rest of the team completely collapsing. June barely alive right now. Being one with the tree, surviving for quite some time here. But you know Tag, once they put in that damage and that space, they do not let go. Movement is seen. Shoto as well as teammate rushing forward here from 2 different angles. Forced out in the open. Defenses falling. Gets that final shot. Jun, well, that's no more than you can do here. 13 eliminations already. Tag also trying to show us that they too are the Reapers on this map.
This is a team that's feeling themselves. They're having a lot of fun, they're having a good time, and they're having a great game. The Axel once more sent on the run, this time with no vending machines in sight. Stroex picked off. Tikui actually getting tagged from 10 miles away. The glue wall's gone down, Riptide Rhythm. Too dangerous for Team Secret to linger around for too long, and PLS1 will try to look for a bailout angle here. As Lion now pushes forward into Team Secret, I think they might be forced to fight back.
Yeah, Hensha's already back into the game as well. And speaking of that, Lion, final member running away with his life, somehow surviving here. PLS1 trying to make a good situation out of a bad one. Pratik will be the one to fall. 9 eliminations already. They've been hanging around this area for quite some time, catching so many rotators here on top of being able to wipe out almost a whole team. Alu forced to give away that space, hoping that he doesn't get hunted down by this team. Takes a bit of chip damage as Truex also close by. If timing is good, could be able to snag another point onto the last member of Lions.
And Excel's expedition. Again, the adventures paid off again, bringing his whole team back. A third chance in this game. Lion, unfortunately, after the early encounter with Team Secret, came out on the battered end. There's the vending machine nearby, but they are DRS members. And unfortunately, the Skylar, not really the best character for you to sneak into these areas. Takuri also bringing his teammates back. DRS might be sticking around here for just a little while at Studio.
A lot of teams barely inside the zone as well. Really just taking their time, and for good reason there. Just see a bit of a struggle coming in with Vitality, but TAG from the southern side, a lot of space to work with. Good timing.
And TAG are on the ball with the rotation today, man. Vitality is still down 1 and having to face up against Falcons. So far, the head-to-head is 2-2. Well, 2-1. I think in favor of Vitality. Let's see if Falcons can tie it up now with the man advantage, but also have to be careful that S8 Duel could find a couple of pickoffs. In fact, Joel, who is far away from his frontline digs, found the Aurora members, and Axel, he's hitting back, Sabang. The double sniper of Team Vitality paying off big time.
Yeah, it's really good because they're just so aware. If you don't get the instant elimination, that it's over for you because your position's been noted. On fire, barely alive, but brought back into the game. And Vitality tries to make things work. Dix was the one who was cornered. But the Valiant Rush gives away his position and game. out there in the open, you can't do much against a double player hold.
I believe Joe went down to the blue zone, so unfortunately Sebang is going to be forced to get that revive. And there's a vending machine nearby where he is, so not a problem there. He also has the Steffi ability card. It can help them to do utilities if they make it later stage. So Falcons free themselves up in this compound. The circle closes in just slightly northwest side of TV Tower, but again, a lot of open areas.
Look at TAG right now already with 13 eliminations, truly marking themselves as the Reaper. And this is interesting because the slowdown is happening. We saw the first few games coming in today, the first few maps, very, I would say, aggressive from almost beginning to end. But this time around, everyone's just being so cautious about this final few circles here. But Team Secret wants to break the noise. Wota immediately knocked down quickly. And now they are hunting for more. Positions noted. Shanky tries to just bide his time, moves away, cannot use any utility either. So Tikoy should be able to just pick him off. And they want more. The rest of TG want nothing to do with this. Rushes forward into the arms of GD. Not going to be a better option either in this situation.
Yeah, Aztec delivered himself into Gun Dynasty, and Panel will gladly take that, but still Mafia able to bring him back. Let us say one of the key figures of TG is Mafia, and he is still around. Koja getting chased now as Team Secret. They look for round 3 to right the wrongs of what has happened in the past few games. But unfortunately, still do not have the position. Diggs quick on the movement. And once more Vitality outsmart Team Secret. The players does take Joel down, and Team Secret able to find some signs of life on the outskirts to keep themselves in this fight.
Ensha just running with his life there. Koja with the backstab trying through, but none of the shots are actually hitting. So Team Secret able to get away with this, able to deck that space into the safe zone. And as all of this is happening, Aurora also knocked out. But Koja as well will be picked off here. Not the best situation for Vitality to be in right after that reset.
Yep. Vitality has been playing the survival game the entire round. Kutush tags Joel as things escalate from bad to worse as Joel is now out. Koja is gonna get brought back, but more than 13 minutes into the game, there really isn't much more real estate left. Dinoculus used by Team Impact Gaming scans out the entirety of S8UL, just hogging TV Tower. Launch pad at the ready. TAG, is this gonna be the rush?
Yeah, they have to. They're so far out of the zone as well. PLS1 gets knocked down here, but Jack wants to see whether they can land those shots. Wolven falls. Zahil Jet takes a lot of damage. They do manage to put down those blue walls and try to turn things around. But somehow through all of that, the Falcons also are just in trouble with Keroro being the last few members alive and knocked out.
While the rotation there from TAG, the fact that no one went down means that they get a second chance, but how do you get out of this situation? There is the low ground. They find cover. TAG again making good on that movement. And Shoto will find a roll Koja out in the open. Give him number 8, man. 15 eliminations for TAG, and they're still hungry for more.
Yeah, healthy as well. The only thing stopping them right now is just positioning, but good change. Especially since GD might be in prime position to take some fights from different teams. Regardless, DRS also close by, but no one going for full commits. But TAG decides to take the fight to GD's front door. Gun Dynasty now in trouble, stuck inside a small little corner, cannot move at all. Forced to reposition as S8UL decides to chunk them down for a different angle. But they do manage to reposition because DRS pressuring S8UL from the other side.
This is gonna get messy in just a little bit. Shoto finally gunned down by Bunny as he spams away. KD got tagged as well. The captain and the star player down. Wolverine trying to bring them back up. KD got up and down again. S8UL relentless on their gunfire. And this could be the undoing for TAG because S8UL do not want them to get too far ahead and is starting to break down the foundations of Apex Gaming.
So much pressure, and the circle shift is coming. C-Bank, the only thing he's got is just that tree, but Benedict Kutush not able to get that elim. Must be frustrating, but able to reposition. And throughout all that, Prati and David from Gun Dynasty also fall. It's hectic on the other side of the map here, but I have to say for Seabank, this is a huge window of opportunity with this later rotation. He hasn't been spotted out at all.
Yeah, unfortunately for TAG, they're sort of constantly stuck with SAUL and DRS. Gun Dynasty out in 6th spot. TAG down to just 3 members. As I believe they did lose one of the members here. DRS and SAUL are moving. And Alu, plenty of pressure onto both of the other teams there. Seabank actually tagging Shoto to a pixel angle. Things are getting rough now. TAG and SAUL springs to life. It is their chance to make good on the opportunity presented.
Wolvin barely alive right now. HP gonna be able to, no, not able to. And that point goes straight to SAUL. Excited to be able to take down one of the giants in the lobby. Our top 4 already here with SAUL. Numbers advantage in their hands. The space as well, the high ground in their favor. Alu does try to come close here, but Kutush not aware that Seabank is close by. One knock is here, Rahat barely alive, and they try to rally back.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing here, Tash?
What?
This could be a potential South Asian lobby, and I'm all for it. We've lost DRS Gaming, but there's still the Indians and the Bangladeshis here, TEC and SAUL. But Seabank is really good in hiding. Trying to heal up, but the blue zone's gonna push him out of position. SAUL on the rush, Jack on Rahat. SAUL, they have a good chance. India looking to be on top. Seabank with the first knock on the Jack, but SAUL, they have the numbers, they have done it. It's their turn now on that list. SAUL scores a booyah here in Paris.
South Asia rally back, rise up, looking so good through these past few maps. And SAUL wanting to join in on that and show us that they too belong here. Crazy work coming from them to be able to survive as a squad and remain healthy. On top of that as well, a huge chunk of elimination points just really boost them forward.
They now have a chance to be actual contenders, big threats to the top 4. But one thing has remained a constant so far. TAG, I think they had 17 eliminations before they got wiped out. Team Vitality, another podium performance here. So these constants is going to be the key ingredients for them to make it to the grand finals. And I gotta say, I am nothing short of impressed. I am now a big fan. I mean, I was a fan. I'm already a big fan.
Right.
I'm an even bigger fan.
I mean,
अंधा हुआ ओए वो
हेड मार दिया उनका
देख के वॉल नहीं है
कोई ना गया
मादर
man, you can see them just really cool, calm, and collected throughout all of that. And it's a huge win for this team. If anything, right now, I agree with you. These constants, we're starting to see which teams are able to make it all the way till the end. We're starting to see which teams are more aggressive in terms in collecting all of these eliminations. After all, a nice combination and mix of the eliminations and these placements will be able to launch these teams forwards. And I'm really excited to see the overall score, to see which teams are on top. But the match standings here, there, you saw 18 and 17 from both these teams, outnumbering Team Vitality and even Team Falcons that the desk was just really hyping up as the favorites.
Yeah, I mean, this is just the start of the day. You know, it's not like they warmed up and then they started, you know, grinding their gears. No. We are not even at the halfway point. Out of the 4 booyahs so far in the survival stage, 3 of them have gone to India.
Yeah.
We have a lot of Free Fire fans on site and watching from the comforts of their home. You can quote me. India on top right now. They're doing better than Thailand. They're doing better than Vietnam. They're doing better than everyone else so far today.
You know, we had a conversation with AJ and he just said that, you know, wanted to see South Asia, India, and all of these teams just really just put up a fight. I mean, after all, it has been a while since they have come to the big stage, right? But now, you know, they have not only exceeded expectations, you could really tell they came here to win it.
They 100% did. But we talk about the star of the show, the star of Team Apex Gaming, which is Shoto. And guess what? We've got him. So let's hear what he has to say.
Yes, we do have him live right here on the main stage from Team Apex Gaming. We have got Shoto joining me. Shoto, we've got to talk a little bit about day one and your progress as a team into day two and now day three. Day one was, let's face it, it was pretty difficult for you guys. Day two, you picked up the pace, a few booyahs, and now today, you guys are playing incredibly well. What's changed from day one through to now?
On day one, we planned some things, but that didn't go as planned. So on day two, we studied the other teams and we played.
Just made adjustments throughout each day. Have you changed anything from yesterday to today?
Yes, we changed drop points.
Change in drop points. Okay, now I do want to ask you as well. I had the opportunity yesterday to talk to your family in the stands. We had a really nice chat. To tell you the truth, I think it's the same in a lot of esports, right? Your dad didn't quite understand esports, so didn't really understand whether or not to support you through it. Now he's here, and he told me he's your biggest fan. What's it like having your family here supporting you while you're here on the main stage doing what you love?
Like, I'm really feeling proud that my family is supporting my passion.
And that's it. A man of few words, but don't worry about it, Shoto. You guys can do all the talking on the battlefield. Now, congratulations on everything so far. Spud me, my man. Stay right here. But for now, we're gonna head back to the studio very shortly. We've got more Free Fire action after this.
Welcome back to Free Fire at EWC 26. I'm here with Glitter Explosion, the person that's currently in first place with the golf competition that we're having. And since you're in first place, I need to find a way to redeem myself.
I don't know if it's possible, but I'm gonna let you try.
If I can't win, somebody's gonna win for me. We got Husky, Lucifer shooting basketballs. How about this?
Yeah.
You pick somebody for your team. I'll pick somebody for my team. Whoever actually scores a bucket gets a point.
I just heard one go in. I don't know who shot it, but I heard one go in.
Okay. Well, you're winning right now, so I'll let you pick first. Who are you gonna pick?
I'm picking Husky.
Husky?
Yeah.
Okay. Lucifer, you're on my team, baby.
Husky, you're on my team.
You guys get a chance to decide who's gonna be going first as you're in the lead.
All right, fine. Husky, what do you want to do?
Let's go first.
Oh,
That's what we like to hear.
Okay, all right. Let's see if you actually make it, Husky. How about this? Come on, please. Miss it. Miss it.
Get out of there, Seven. Leave him alone.
I'm gonna do this.
That looks good. Oh.
Yes.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
You got this. You were meant to do this.
No, you can't do this.
No, he can do this. Oh, the dribbles were a bit off. Okay, you know
Both
what?
hit the rim.
Well,
Both hit the rim. That sounds like a tie.
you're still in the lead.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. I hate it. Well, newsflash, Glitter, you're actually not on the lead anymore for golf. It's that man right there. He's on my team, and he's also beating me in that one. But right now, honestly, the storyline for Free Fire at EWC 26 Survival is India. We have gotten a booyah from every single Indian team.
Feels unreal. When me and Husky were on the desk yesterday casting these games, and when Tag got the very first booyah, he mentioned this is history being made. While that went into my mind and all the viewers who were watching back in India, I realized one thing. This is not just history being made by Tag, but it is them paving way for the future. And you could see what just happened. Total Gaming getting the very first booyah. Now SATL following that suit. And that is not just India, but even South Asia getting close in that lobby.
And it's the confidence that the squads are playing with. We saw Tag willing to take the early fight with vitality. Out of all the squads, usually we would see them maybe being shy from it. They were like, nah, we want the smoke.
Yeah, I mean, and they're just waiting for the opportunity to eliminate Vitality. That is the greatest threat in this lobby right now. And it seems like it is working. Though they are not familiar with the drop spot as well as rotation of Southeast Asia, because we were talking about that, right? Southeast Asia is familiar of Southeast Asia. South Asia is familiar of South Asia. And they are going against each other. But I'm really loving that final situation where, despite of all the pressure, there's still some fight in them.
Yeah, because I did not expect that we, Fatality, can outlive Tag actually, because we only had one person down in that game. We only had Chibang, and he showed a great, you know, way of playing where he himself was on stealth mode. He tried to take one person at a time to face. And I mean, let's take a look at the highlight one more time. That is just amazing what he did. 5 elimination points. That is so great.
I know you want to talk about this one. Neptune, the M249.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've seen this used very often, especially in recent time.
Yeah.
M249, who's worried about Riptide Ridden? If you have the M249 to break down all those blue walls, it cleared the way for SAUL. Buddy was just in there rocking it and just sitting in one corner. No one can get away from him.
Hey, I don't have my lasso here, but with the M249, he was rounding up every squads down there. That's what he ended up doing. Buddy, brilliant job coming in from his end. And towards the end, while you mentioned about Sibeng, right, the end fight that we ended up witnessing was almost South Asia versus Sibeng. That's all it was.
Yep, Sibeng was carrying his team and carrying Southeast Asia. And I mean, take a look at this points. 58 elimination points from Team Fatality right now. We have the same amount of Booyah 1. So basically, this is Conchita versus Lucifer.
Well, right now, it's also that top 4 squads wanting to make sure they go to the finals. And the crazy thing is that we have SAUL Esports tied with Team Secret.
Yes, Team Secret is something that I really been keeping an eye for, because I feel like they need to wake up. I mean, they had 21 points before and now they have 35. They do need to take a lot more focus on the next game, because the first game and the second game, it wasn't too great for them. I mean, they only got like single point eliminations, 8 or 9. So they do need to like take it up a notch.
Well, let's see though. I mean, they really can bring it up a notch right now, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done. A lot of teams are really trying their best to put them down.
Yeah, I think especially when already Team Secret is being spoken about, Total Gaming need to pick that pace. They need the points. Earlier, before this, the storyline was between Team Secret and Total Gaming, where Total Gaming were looking better. They were up on the rank, but now they've been pushed out. That is, yes, South Asia is rising up the ranks. They're picking up the competition, the fights as well. We ended up seeing Straw Hats trying to do their own. We also spoke about Shocked earlier. So a lot of things happening at that point, while Southeast Asia, as you already mentioned, right, they knowing better about themselves are causing trouble for their own region, and South Asia is taking advantage of this.
With the performance that we've seen out of the top 2 squads, you can now start seeing a bit of a sponge point there towards the top. Don't forget, top 4 move on to the finals, but those top 2 teams just absorbing so many points from all the other squads, and the squads that are currently on that second page. After this next match, we're going to be hit the halfway point. You don't get to go back to the hotel. You don't get to go back and VOD review and take your sweet time. No, you need to start performing, and if not, we're going to have to start counting some of these teams out.
True, because when we're talking about the Southeast Asian teams, we know how dominating they was, especially on a group stage day 1. They were literally all over the place. So right now, we need them to refocus, I think, and show the world what they're really made of. And the next map is Solara, so I'm so excited for my friends in Southeast Asia.
Yeah, Purgatory, the game 5. What are we looking on that one?
Oh, well, Solara, Purgatory, there's a lot of things that need to be done right now, especially in this map of game number 5. Like, Purgatory, this is where a lot of chaos will be happening. Even in first game, we saw this cute flight path, and we saw how a lot of teams fail there. This map, like, I would say 40% a skewed flight path might happen. It's not only that, even the final circle might end up in the water. We've seen that in some days within this week.
Yeah, there could be a lot in terms of the flight path, especially as you can see the players themselves, right? They're taking a look at what happened in the previous games, especially rotations as well. Which team is going to be where? Because we already saw on states when Shoto mentioned that we've changed our drop spots. That's something that teams are going to be checking on. Do we have a newer challenger, maybe a drop clash happening, and that's what they want to change and figure out to better their strategies. As you said, Seven, it is the last chance on survival stage.
Let's see now. I mean, I'm looking at my stats right now, the numbers in purgatory. And Team Apex Gaming did get a booyah in here. And out of all the teams in the survival stage, they're the ones on top. So it seems like Team Apex Gaming will still get it once again.
I really like it that while you all say that it's tag is at top, their hashtag is also tag on top, and they are doing it. That's the best way possible for us to see here, and for India back home. Everybody's happy for them, because this is what I think once India made it to the global stage, in the very first representation, they wanted to make sure they make a statement. And oh boy, 3 teams all out loud there.
But honestly, I mean, we're talking about India. I do read some articles that India is actually very big, and I'm so glad that they finally made it to international level. So, because international level, sorry, what was that? Again, I'm just so excited talking about you guys, because after the 2 or 3 years break, it was so nice to finally see the new talents and the strength that India have. I mean, just take a look at the comment sections. Most of our viewers are Bangladeshi, Indians. They're everywhere.
They're definitely going to be everywhere. And you were mentioning that hashtag tag on top. Don't forget the hashtag EWC and hashtag EWC26 as well, because I know Tag's owner, none other than Jonathan, he's going to be looking like, oh yeah, we might be going, oh, you know what? We're definitely going to be going to the finals. What are you expecting? Because Lucifer, I know after next match, you're going to go back to casting. You can see some of the comments there. Vitality, I mean, they've definitely been performing well. So far today, 8 placement points average every single match. And then eliminations, 14.5. That is just ridiculous. Now, when we go back to the Indian squads, because I was saying you are going to go back to casting after this next match, what are you expecting for them to finish like? Obviously, you want them to finish strong.
I think while we were already mentioning, and you spoke about, 1 is there, what about 2? And now the 3rd one's entered into the question.
This man's greedy.
Maybe we want to take it all. That's what we want to do at the global stage here. And I think it has been coming. It's a pressure that was there on everybody's shoulder, and they had to step it up, and it had to be the IGLs itself, these long-range sniper players, and that's what I was mentioning. KD God, look at him, 10,000 plus damage is what he's delivered. You mentioned about that. That is crucial. When your IGL is able to take off so much burden, the players are able to play freely. That gives them those chances, and that's the reason Shoto went all out in this game, if you saw.
Absolute cinema. I know somebody else put that, but it's pretty much exactly what's currently happening with this squad. On the opposite side, we had Nepal, and they were able to perform pretty good in that last match, but we did see something out of Nepal, Neptune, and that was that they might have been playing it too passive, considering that when we're talking about tag, they have 62 points just from eliminations. That's more points alone than what Falcons currently has, and I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong too, the lobby feels way more aggressive.
Yeah, it is. I mean, last day of some of the teams right here, so that makes it more difficult for them. For Nepal, I know they're excited to be in here. Day number 1, they were showing up, but now this can potentially be the last day, so they are just bringing it all out. Hopefully they're not that pressured.
Yeah, no camping, no playing it slow. Take notes after what some of the other teams are doing. Make sure you get those eliminations. Tash, Bunny, Husky, this is your last match for today, and I know you guys are excited for it.
Super excited, and in fact we are now officially at the halfway point of the survival stage here in Paris, France. Again, it's South Asia Day. More specifically, the Indian teams, like the panel pointed out, all 3 of them have gotten a booyah under their belt. Total Gaming IQ with 1, SAUL Esports with 1, and Team Apex Gaming with 3 in total so far on the world stage. Better than all the other regions we've seen so far. And I gotta say, we are starting to see the hierarchy, right? The hierarchy in the food chain. The top 2 teams, TAG and Vitality. And then the big separation before we got to Team Falcons. So if this continues, it's gonna be slightly more challenging for teams like Team Secret, DRS, and everyone else to catch up.
You know, this is where things get super interesting as well. Because you know that the South Asian teams want to continue the streak, but at the same time, after seeing the comments, right, everyone's super excited for the usual teams like Brazil, like say Thailand and everything else between. When you are in this situation, you want to be able to break this streak. And from what I've seen so far, South Asia not only is streaking, but they're also on a very hot streak. TG and Lion gonna drop off at the same time here. Della takes a bit of chip damage. Gonna drop off at the very top of this watchtower. But for now, being able to reposition where Shanky will be able to get knocked down here. Still very methodical as TG made a big mistake of peeking out one by one. And this gives Lion a huge advantage to just completely almost wipe out this team.
I'm almost certain that it was on purpose by TG. Took a gamble and lost it. But I believe TAG also doing the same, dropping onto Aurora. The South Asian teams emboldened by the performances in the previous round, now converting it more. TG though, because of their earlier expedition, will be the first team to get wiped out.
Very unfortunate situation. Lion already so good on fire. Gonna have to take up their next matchup here. Team Secret managing to be able to just equalize here, bringing back teammate into the game. Even PLS1 somehow getting one more member to the name. Lion, though, will be rallying back. Joker has been so good on these long-range fights. PLS1 forced to move away and straight into Joker's crosshair. And Joker not only getting a knock, but also another elimination point in the bag. And this is a great start for this team. A bit quiet early today, but this start should propel them in terms of momentum forward.
Incredible stuff so far. I mean, it started with them basically almost getting a full wipeout on TG. And they sort of converted it into a team that picked the pieces. Aurora actually eliminated Della. So the backstab train continues. We say backstab train. The team tailing behind Aurora Gaming is actually TAG that ran into them early on. So it might just keep on paying forward right now.
Interestingly enough, this area is just so hot right now. It feels like everyone that just meets up with Lion is just falling like flies. Great shot onto Zeus as well, not aware where Joker has been holding on. And I have to say, this hold and positioning coming in from Lion allows them not only crossfires, but also be able to go for these trades in case need to be. But Jun is rallying back. He wants to start something here, wants to be able to flush away Joker from this corner. Forced to move away, takes a bit of damage, but also being able to bring Zeus back into the game, but pays for it with his life.
Yeah, Jun actually beat Joker in that. So a positive outcome. The chrono time turner slightly late. That's gonna potentially cost Azrael. Axel though trying to back up his teammate. Glance a shot. Always reliable as a pillar of Aurora Gaming. Now the rescue mission begins. He's Games King. That's the tag. Give it second in a row. The Axel going big right now. And Jun back into the equation. Aurora Gaming stand tall.
This is looking real good as well. Aurora finally being able to be a little bit methodical with how they play here. Nice crossfires, three-way hold. Almost like a pizza cutter shape if you think about it. Being able to just play off one another here. Now Lion just now was the team to start off hot. And now they are the ones trying to just run away for dear life. As for DRS now in trouble, the Bell Dash used! And TEC being able to just really reap the benefits here. But they're not done. They know where Takuri and Pratik are. Force them away with the utility and those nades. But taking this very, very slow. 3 elims already in the bag. Also aware that Vitality also joining in the fight. Koja will be here first, stealing away some members of DRS somewhere through there, reaping the benefits and the hard work TEC. And Koja putting in the pressure. Rahat solo forward. His teammate not able to cross off one another. Dix here with the Valen Dash, breaking down all the walls and cleans up the rest of the team.
DRS out from the game as well. The double sniper setup from Team Vitality paying off. Completely uncontested in the situation. And it's also pretty unfortunate that TEC didn't have an answer to that. Dera gets to the vending machine. The revive train will start. SAUL doing the same as well. As they did run in the Team Secret. Bunny into GD, gets a trade. No confirmation there. At least not for SAUL. TEC removed.
A lot of stuff happening right now. Shiro also getting knocked. But for now, for the rest of these teams here, Aurora wanted to go in for this fight a bit more here. David on the outer side might be found out here by Zeus, but his team and him, nice tag team going on there as well. Coming in together as a unit, double swings, triple swings, throwing in those bodies, not allowing or giving any moment to chance. GD, one member left, walks straight into the crosshairs of Team Aurora there. So not able to survive or get away with it, even giving some extra points. At the very least, Shiro is still alive. Just go for a reset, bring back the teammates into the game.
I believe Lion might pay a second visit to Aurora as they did show up. Joker trying to run away. I believe he almost got ran down by both Jun and Suez in that vehicle. Kororo from far, that's off screen. So Tyridum actually went wide just a little bit. Joker out in the open, and Jun find a shot here. The rest of his teammates from the side of Lion, they don't really have the clearest of angles as Axel pins down Della. Separation done very, very well. Aurora Gaming isolating the individual players. Rip Tyridum out, Games King flushed out into the open. Tagged again, they call for Jun to turn around, Games King gets knocked down.
Another just rush forward. Joker that somehow managed to cross over, but could be dangerous as Della here joins in on the fray. Aurora, 2 members gonna be marking him, gonna cross through together. But too much damage dealt, and even onto the other side, Joker not able to hold on.
Yeah, unfortunate for Joker, he got hit by the thrill of battle as well, I believe. The A124 to disable whatever abilities that he has. Again, Lion, like you pointed out earlier on, they started off good with multiple eliminations, but ever since then, there's nothing but a whimper. And Aurora, they are rocking at 11, their best round so far. I mean, yesterday they did set a record for the most eliminations and total points in a single game. So let's see, I mean, if they get the second win, the stars align this game, we might see that record again. Vitality now firing on the Straw Hats.
Yeah, and aggressive as heck as well. The Straw Hats forced to move away into a tiny corner of that zone. But Vitality wants to go in for that chase. Koja always out there with the opening, and the Straw Hats were just not ready for them in that cross down. No reaction means space given to Vitality to be able to just rush forward here. Dick stretches through Valor, perfectly done for a double. And the collapse is so good, and the Straw Hats possibly not anticipating how aggressively Team Vitality will be able to just overcome them.
And this was something that I believe Neptune and Lucifer discussed earlier on. The Bond of Eclipse in the hands of Koja as they changed their playstyle from not having just double snipers, but having a very aggressive front. So the Bond of Eclipse plus the Valiant Dash, you break down the glue walls, and you use the Ray ability on your enemies, it instantly erases them from the fight. And they are making really good on that. And I remember talking to Ma'ao, and Ma'ao said this is probably a Clash Squad exclusive, but Team Vitality are trying to bring that potential into Battle Royale. So far, the results have been positive.
Bit nervous with this rotation coming in from Team Vitality. It does cross by SAUL. Could potentially run into Team Secret and GD as well. So, since all of them are on this one vehicle, I'm just worried it's gonna be not so great for them, but I don't think they're gonna be caught out quite yet. Regardless, as we go straight to the circle here, there's just so many teams there where Vitality is, and I think they're a bit aware that someone might be close by.
Just checking back on the radar, TAG making a very, very late rotation this time. Coming in from the south side. They've been doing this for the past few rounds, but this time the pace is slightly slower than what we're used to. Vitality against Secret. Another rematch now on the mountain, on the hill. Vitality opting to go for the low ground. And that means that Team Secret will get a bit of an advantage as the Blues one closes in again. But even for Team Secret, they don't really want to push the advantage. Relying on the UAV to scout out for intel, as both them and Vitality part ways in opposite directions.
No one really wants to commit on this fight, and TAG, this rotation is just looking really rough on them as well. You start to see SAUL putting in a bit more pressure as they try to rotate into the area. They do make it in there though, and this is where things get interesting because Noor currently doesn't really have the support from his teammates. Troll out there in the open, so they aren't in a position to trade off one another. And on top of that as well, you can see Vitality definitely hearing the sounds, rotate over toward them as well.
Look at this split from TAG. They definitely know that there's a third team around. Because Troll was stolen away, KD got bit of a boost, just enough to get into the safety of his teammates. The warm embrace of the glue wall, Riptide Rhythm out from Joel. It's gonna catch Tahyunjan on the cross. Another one out. And now TAG out in the open. The Chrono Dome keep them alive and healthy. TAG forced to backtrack and retrace their step. The captain now down, Sibank. gets the confirmation here. Sahyujan found by Joel. Get a double snipers from angles that obscured TAG into the dens, into the hornet's nest. Diggs does get taken out, but can the star of TAG make a magic happen? Shoto down low, Koja full health, explosives in hand, up close range. Joel again with the pick off. TAG out.
Yeah, and it's loud down there, especially since TAG has been an unstoppable force for the last few maps. And Vitality very happy with this outcome, really doubling down in the situation. But now they are in trouble. Don't have space in the zone and pressured by the Falcons as well. We've definitely been waiting for the right timing to stop the rampage coming in from the Hornets.
Falcons have been quiet so far. Only 3 eliminations on the board, but a change of playstyle, I think, after the past 2 rounds where the aggression ended up being detrimental to them. They are now trying to play for the late game. They're gonna run into Lion first. Not the first encounter, but Lion has bested them early on, I believe, on game 2. Pina, good angle. Limit wants to join him as well. Blue zone is gonna hurt both them and Lion, but Lion is looking to get into the circle as quick as possible.
Ooh. Gabe's King barely alive at the end of that, on fire, making sure to put in that pressure. Joker as well, taking a lot of damage, but nice shot coming through here, knocking down one of the members from the Falcons. So the Falcons, not only did they try to pressure, but out of all of that, losing 2 members in that process. Being able to get into the zone is going to be painful, but they still shoot back here with one of the members of Lion dropping into their pockets. But Joker will pay for his life. Pina knocked down as well. Both teams just hitting each other and paying the price.
Unfortunately, in this case, Limit left to his own devices again. Limit, good on 1. Need to do it this time. Do it again on the biggest of stage. Recovery done by Lion. A 2v1 situation. Limit doesn't really have much left in the bank as well. 8 glue walls, 10 med kits, but so much open area to cover.
Ooh.
So there's no chance there. Della finds the 11th point for the team.
We only started to see Falcons come online just a few moments ago, and as soon as they showed their hands, suddenly they're in trouble. And somehow through that, the Falcons were trying to shut down the Hornets, but it's the Hornets that still survived till the end. Regardless, times are ticking, shifts of the zone is coming. And Vitality really taking their time, knowing that Team Secret is close by. Lion somehow still surviving as well through that chaos. Still alive as a 2. There are so many times that Games King nearly getting knocked down, being able to stabilize.
Yeah, and we've talked about certain constants so far in the survival stage, and Vitality has been that constant. And running into Team Secret, this time into a firing range. Secret, more than prepared.
Right as we mentioned it, they knew the risk of crossing over and they didn't really have too much of a choice. It felt like a desperation play in terms of that rotation. Now Team Secret very happy with this outcome. Gonna try and take this fight up against Gun Dynasty. Gonna be opening it up here with the utility, some chip damage to come through, but Gun Dynasty making sure to hunker down. But as fast as the glue walls were set up, it is broken with the Valiant dash forward, but will go down since Team Secret, ready to receive, rushes forward and crunches them 1 by 1, completely overwhelming the rest of Gun Dynasty.
Yep. Up against the Prodigy in the name of Tikoi as well. They did get rid of Hwangam, but that's pretty much it. GD now stuck in a rock and a hard place. Intervention coming in. Aurora, they want to join the fight. A party's not a party without a Malaysian team. 12 eliminations on the board. Something that was highlighted early on when they get the second win. They might be able to do it. Tikoi steps on the landmine. Nan goes down. Tikoi to follow. Aurora reaping the rewards and make it 16 and counting.
They're just so aggressive and great timing as well. Different aggression seen throughout the entire day. Lion surviving as a 2, just now barely alive. Della will be the last one standing, knocked down.
They can do this. There's a very good chance.
Waiting in the corner.
I think Aurora has done it, right? The first booyah for Malaysia on the world stage. There it is, Aurora Gaming. 4 years in the making. And here we are, Aurora Gaming locks in first booyah in 4 years for Malaysia.
Incredibly tough. Must be great seeing this from them. Definitely a team, I would say, that is the epitome of taking it step by step. A rough map 1, it's okay, go again. And slowly throughout this day, they start to heat up, start to improve, and getting it finally in map 5.
And once more, the story of the survival stage up to the halfway point has been the proving grounds of the hopefuls. Aside from Vitality, every of the other favorites have been casted aside temporarily. We see India get 3 booyahs in a row, and then Malaysia adds themselves onto that name list. The only constant is still Vitality, but I think the bigger threat now are those who are hungry for that trophy, and we are seeing that on the main stage.
And you know what's crazy? We're only at the halfway mark of the day. There's still time for these teams to just really come together. We've seen so many last-minute aggression come online, last-minute changes that really changes the trajectory of this team. Aurora in this particular map really took it round by round, really take it fight by fight, and somehow being able to come up on top. Let's see what they have to say throughout that game.
Let's go. Go maju. Nice. Ayo. Mentality kita. Let's go, bro. Aduh.
Take your time, wise words. One step at a time. You got 5 more rounds to go, Aurora. You can do it. There is hope. And I think, you know, when we saw Aurora get off on a good foot this round, I did say, when the stars align, Aurora can do it. They've set the record yesterday. Why not today? It's not a record-breaking round, but it's certainly enough to put them back in the conversation, to contend for the top 4. First and second, still hard to break through for now, but we have 5 more rounds to do that, right? Who's to say by the end of this, Aurora is not going to be in first place, or any other of these contenders. The match standings tells us that Aurora has gotten 30 big points, the big 3, and that is an incredibly advantageous boost.
Yeah, should be able to boost them forward just a little bit more forward. But Vitality and Team Apex Gaming is still going to be very, very hard to beat. The discrepancy of points between the second place and the third place is a lot after all. But once again, if you're able to go in huge in one of these maps, you are able to really play that catch-up. And in Free Fire, anything is possible. There are games where you just go out a little bit too early, maybe 0 points, and the next you're just suddenly getting over 30.
And I just gotta say, that match standings is the projected match standings for a lot of our fans before today happened, right? With the SCA teams in the front and everyone else on the second page. But hey, crazier things have happened. This is the halfway point. We got more games to come, and we'll be back in just a bit.
All right. Give it up once again for Aurora. First booyah for Malaysia, 4 years in the making. Now that is amazing, and that is exactly what EWC is all about. The surprises, the suspense. I am so happy for them, Yunsul.
Yes, totally happy for Aurora Gaming. Since this is the first booyah, finally we can see a comeback from Malaysia teams, and I am so happy for that. But I must talk about TAG. Souls or overall Indians teams, they are on fires today. We can all see that. And if I remember, maybe currently they're at the first ranking, right?
Yeah, this is the surge of India because this is the surprise that we needed when it comes to the survival stage. But let's go back to Aurora for a little bit, okay? That fight, that last circle was so amazing. I mean, going against a Lion and of course, going against a team that is more favorable is always a hard thing. But they had the high ground, the first booyah once again for Malaysia. The positioning and the way they're reading the game is just so top-notch this time.
Exactly, they move very stable. All of their gameplay, game skill, even the teamwork is very perfect during the game. And we can all see the effort that they all put out. And overall, of course, we have to say, Aurora Gaming, after 3 days, this is the third day, right?
Yeah.
They have been doing the best and finally they got something sweet for themselves.
Yeah, but we're talking about your team for a little, can we?
Sure.
What exactly is going on with Team Secret? Your team keeps clashing with mine, Fatality. I mean, yeah, we have been seeing Fatality consistently making it to at least top 5, but can you just please stop bumping into our team?
Hello. We only got 4 slots, and my team is suffering, trying to get that slot as well. But I do understand your, frustration, of course, because we all trying to getting a slot.
Yeah.
But at this moment, I still can see Team Secret is still playing their best, still very stable, not trying to mess everything up, especially Tegui. As you guys can see, a very, very crazy kid.
Yeah.
Trying to have fun in this tournament, and of course, but at the end, overall, I still can see that them still having some errors, still having some issues, but I think after this game, they're still fine to top 4.
Yeah.
So overall, nothing happened. But why do we always meet Team Vitality and Team Secrets?
That
always
is-
meet in the circle.
That is my question too. But hey, you saw the map reveal. It's Nextera. Nextera is our next map, and I think this would be a great place for the Southeast Asian teams to once again show them what they're made of. Now, I think it's time for us to go back to the casters.
Yes, and let's go back to the caster.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is AJ. I'm the Mustachio down here with the one and only Lucifer. We're going to be bringing you guys through the final 5 games of the day. The next map's going to be Nextera. This is where your frontliners are going to shine. This is where those shotguns, those M590s, those Mag 7s are going to come alive, Lucifer.
Next it up, we saw Team Apex Gaming already get a booyah today. And now we're going back to it, the randomized map. And Nextera should be a place again. South Asian teams find their victory. Because on the other end, Southeast Asian teams are fighting amongst themselves, trying to take away the points. The South Asians are trying to rank.
Yeah, it is everyone for themselves at this point of time. Yes, we can rally together as a nation, but out there on the battlefield, I see you, I only see points. And you are absolutely right. Team Apex Gaming scoring a massive booyah, 34-pointer on Nextera. And after that game, they haven't really been looking like that major run just yet. Let's see if or not they can jump back to that. Solara wasn't too bad for them, but Purgatory really tested the squad. A early exit from the lobby, only picking up a total of 6 points. So if there's anywhere to recover, it is here for Team Apex Gaming, because it has been a fantastic start, but they cannot slow down just yet. They need to solidify their spot in the top 4.
You saw the favorites, and right now in the most eliminations, it's KD God at 221 being the agile and also doing the heavy lifting. And yes, they have to continue it, but for the time being, it's going to be at Intellect Center, a clash between 3 squads, Toll Gaming, Lion, as well as Vitality. And Vitality have been fighting since game number 1.
Yeah, not looking good here, Diggs. One of the final players to actually land. Still got the mini Uzi in hand. Joker on the other hand, depending on his stealth bites to quickly back away from the engagements. Koja finding a knock onto Della. And Shanky saying, nope, this is not for me. Although he does have a good gun in hand, they don't want to take those risks just yet. Looking to quickly reposition out there as Lion tries to overwhelm the rest of the players on the side of Vitality. Dix taken out of the equation already. Koja bleeding out, and Joel says, this battle is just not for me.
Lion, Games King, we spoke about it. He's picking up pace, gets the confirmation on the players fallen of Vitality. On the other end, SHUL bringing their very start. That's picks on Straw Hats. Now, Toll Gaming might be late, but they are there to strike. It's going to be Aztec on Games King. Puts him down. Should be getting the confirmation very soon, and Joker has to tuck his tail and make a run, but he's moving in the same direction where they pushed their opponents earlier.
Absolutely solid play here from India once again. Total Gaming looking to take over the situation. Aztec though down on the ground. Nobody can save him just yet. Della comes in for the Punisher. Time Turner was pulled out, but it's the Indian squad that uses their Time Turner against them. Shanky popping in and out. Won't get the charge buster shut down. A double for him, but Water down on the ground. And it's now up to Shanky to save the squad, but he gets taken down. It's Vitality coming back in here for some payback. And India looking to snatch away some solid points, instead get tagged up and now left with one final survivor.
Thankfully, the fight turned in the other direction. It became big against again Lion. And therefore, Toll Gaming will have a breather, but they have to make a quick run. On the other end, even Team Apex Gaming had to get back their player. So a couple of revives very early in the game of Nextera, and that is bound to happen. A lot of eliminations going back and forth. And Lion now another trouble. That's going to be Team Secret. We already saw Conchita as well as Yunsul trying to look forward to steer their teams in the direction. And it's Team Secret who have now started it off.
This is the replay from early on as DRS bumped into Straw Hats. And unfortunately, Xtrov just did not manage to get away from that situation in time. The VSS in the hands of Alu, more than enough to sort that situation out. Wolvin, though, caught in a tight little spot here. Shoto dropping by to see if he can help out his buddy. And it's a wild, wild west out here. Wolvin getting his glue walls broken down. Zuez wants those shots, but it's now a 2v1. Zuez has to back away from this battle. Azriel looking for that flank. If he can find this position, he might just be able to punish the Indian squad.
Sahil Jad, he's on the back lines and Azriel has no idea about it. Finally had to put up a glue wall to stop that. And now Shoto, who was on the front line, will be shut down by Zuez. Wolvin wants to still pick the axle, but it's not working out, and Zuez is making mark on Team Apex Gaming, doing the damage. Sahil Jad is also caught out. He'll be put down. And Aurora, who just got the booyah, are continuing their elimination spree.
But fantastic play from Sahil Jad. He already brought in those revives, so the squad will survive to fight a little bit more. Now, it's all depending on where they find the drop on the way back in. Gun Dynasty, a team that has definitely been struggling from the start of the day, looking for a major recovery. Can they use this game to do exactly that? David taken down. Vinet's out as well. It's all up to Benel, and the super savior of the squad does it again.
Always bailing the squad of Gun Dynasty, it's been Benel. Not just doing the eliminations, but also bringing them back into the game. That is a lot to ask from Benel, while he already gave his everything on day one, and that is the reason I feel like Gun Dynasty have not found their best yet. On the other end, DRS, they've always caused trouble for everybody in the lobby today, and now against Falcons. Pratik getting closer. Alu, can he put him down? And it is going to be Pratik who puts and confirms him.
Yeah, beautiful advantage there for DRS, who had the numbers to take on the Falcon player. But now TEC with one wild player moving towards the vending machine, looking to see if or not he can help out the rest of his team members. The final player alive, Kutush, hits a triple revive. He sacrifices himself for that revive, but it was well worth it. Titans Esports will stay alive in the lobby because of him. We still have 12 squads in here. Nobody has been snuffed out just yet.
5 games are done. Now they know it's time to bring back those eliminations. And Toll Gaming, they're the ones in trouble. Team Apex Gaming, they were troubled by Aurora. And now even Aurora going against Toll Gaming, getting those eliminations quickly. Jun finds another, and that's going to be Aztec. And the last one going out, that is Toll Gaming out of the race. And the very first team here on Nextera.
Total Gaming just not seeing the brightest side of their performance at this point of time. But we still do have 4 more games for them to run through, and a comeback is definitely possible. We'll have to catch up with their performance later. For the time being,